What is up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we have the final episode of the Giro d'Italia in my Trek-Segafredo playthrough here on PCM19, and of course Bauke Mollema is currently in the pink jersey, but he's only about 38 seconds ahead of Rigoberto Uran in second place, and then we're going back to Fuglsang and Lopez for Astana, who look very good. They have a few options going into the final week. We also have Landa and Nibali in with a shot as well. So hopefully we can hold on to the pink jersey with Mollema. And that starts today. Stage 15, Ivrea to Como, 240 kilometers. I think this is part of the Lombardia stage. We do have this short but steep final climb before coming downhill into the line. Let's get into it. So the stage gets underway. We've got some very nice race days for Mollema and Ciccone. I'm feeling a bit sorry for Ciccone. He's really just been a super domestique so far this race. Hasn't been allowed in the breakaway. He's still only 6 minutes down, but he's in great form, as you can see. So we're about 30k into the stage. You can see we've got some guys up the road and 27 riders in the current breakaway, which will become over 30 if all these guys get in this group. We could have gone in this group, which will probably win the stage at this point. But we're all in for Mollema, trying to retain this pink jersey. So you can see guys, 70k to go, and a lot of teams have been doing work on the front. Edvard Toons has done some great work today for Bauke Mollema, and you can see the breakaway are just 2:30 ahead. I expected this lead to go out to kind of 10 minutes. Because there's no real GC contenders in this group. I think the Tour is the closest in the GC, but it looks like the Peloton have the best chance at the stage at the moment. Here we go then guys, we've just entered the real climbing on the day. This is a massive mountain when it takes place in Lombardia, really reduces the numbers, and like I said, just 2 minutes up to the breakaway. As you can see, a few guys dropping out the back already. Need to be aware now as Movistar setting a pace on the front for Mikel Landa. So we're over the top of the first section of climbing and just 50 riders remain in the peloton. Mollema feeling okay, but the other guys are really laying down a hard pace to try and put him in difficulty. So at this point we have just 2 riders left at the front, Bennett and Osorio at the front from the breakaway, and you can see still a very fast pace being set. Brambilla is now gone. We're going to have to use Giulio Ciccone to protect Bauke Mollema at this point. Let's use his energy gel, and you can see just 36 riders left in this group. Nibali is lurking, same with Fuglsang, and we want to stay right at the front of the group at this point of the race. So as you can see, I'm currently doing a very little bit of pacing with Giulio Ciccone in the peloton. We're just trying to put a few guys who are feeling this in a bit of difficulty, as Bennett, the final man in the breakaway, is caught over the top. Aru is done, he's not going to get away at the moment, and just 15 riders in the peloton go over the top in the front group. So guys, we're just coming into the final climb of the day. It's just 4 kilometers. We're going to come in very hot with Michael Gergel up to maybe 95. Gergel and Brambilla did make it back into the group. As you can see, Gergel can now rest for the remainder of the day. Ciccone can pace now. It's Amador on the front. There's no attacks at the moment, so I think we're just going to protect Mollema with Ciccone. Let the others attack us if they can. Gergel can rest for the remainder of the stage. 32 men in the group, as you can see. Uran is sat on our wheel. Let's use Mollema's energy gel. Let's just pace on 87 with Ciccone. Because Mollema is feeling good today, we do want to make the most of this day. And you can see we're putting quite a few guys in a little bit of difficulty now, with 2k to go towards the top of the climb. So 1k to go in the climb. Ciccone controlling things very nicely. As you can see, a few guys are now struggling to stay in this group. We're not allowing any attacks to go off the front, and to be honest, I don't think anyone is strong enough to attack us at the moment. We come over the top of the climb. Ciccone takes the mountain points. Just 14 riders in the peloton. Is anyone else going to drop out the back? You can see all the riders in the group right there, and now 7k to go towards the line. So 3k to go towards the line. We're coming downhill. Ciccone will lead us into the line. We're now on the flat section, as you can see. 2k to go. Let's up the pace now with Ciccone up to 99. Let's sprint in a second. 1k to go. Let's sprint with both of these guys into the final kilometre. Can we challenge for the stage, or can anyone beat us? Ciccone looks like he's going to take it. Giulio Ciccone gets his stage win in this Giro d'Italia. I don't know how he won it from the front. What a finish for Ciccone. What a stage that was, guys. Giulio Ciccone takes the stage win. He was on a +5 day. It wasn't a trademark Ciccone stage win where he wins from the breakaway, outclimbing everyone else, but he outsprinted everyone left in the peloton. It was just 14 riders. To be fair, Mollema got third to extend his lead slightly in the GC, now 43 seconds ahead of Uran. So guys, moving on to stage 16, and it's a very tough one. Lots of climbing to do today, as you can see. First we have the Passo Gavia, 16 kilometers, average of 8%, a massive climb. And then the final big climb, average of 10.8% for 12k. That is a massive climb. And then we come downhill, and then it's uphill towards the line. A really tough stage. Landa, Nibali and Lopez are the three favourites. We'll of course be going for our boy Bauke Mollema. Let's get into it. So the stage gets underway, guys, and as you can see, Mollema and Ciccone on +5 days. Cannot complain about the race day conditions this race. We are going to go in the breakaway with Brambilla today to try and keep hold of this mountain jersey. He can also drop back to help Bauke Mollema if we need him to. We're still over 200k from the line, but as you can see, another massive group up the road. We have 40 riders in today's breakaway. So I'm pretty happy we have got someone in this group. We don't really have to do any work with Brambilla here. Lots of teammates on other teams. Looking at the strongest riders, we have Bennett, Haig, Latour, Kemner, Caruso, Sosa, Chavez, Kuss, Nieve, Kelderman, Masnada. Loads of strong riders in this group to challenge Brambilla. So we're now on to the Gavia. It's been a very fast-paced day, as you would imagine, with so many men up the road. Brambilla is feeling it a little bit already. Clark and Irizar are as well, of course. We have Bora and Movistar on the front at the moment. So you can see, guys, the peloton is now just 38 riders coming down all the time, with guys really struggling with the pace. It's really fast on the front, and Mollema is towards the back of this group, which is far from ideal. We have just 4k to go towards the KOM sprint, and now just 21 of the original 40 riders in the breakaway remaining. So just 20 riders left in the peloton. As you can see, Brambilla has been dropped slightly from the KOM sprint, but that's because we're just trying to pace ourselves up. I'm not sure we're going to be able to take any points, to be honest, because quite a few guys up the road. We are coming round a few now, as you can see, with 1k to go. They seem to go slightly too early. Let's just try and pace on 80 to the top. Hopefully we can pick off a few of these guys as well. Let's just sit up now. 800 meters to go. Let's sprint for the line. I think Masnada took the points, and we get 4th place at that sprint. Not a bad result, but I think Masnada now takes the lead, as you can see. So we are currently just cruising into the final few climbs of the day. Just 24 riders in the peloton made it in the front group, but as you can see, a few will make it back on. I think this group here will make it back on as well, with Gurgle and Conchi in it. Up the road, 11 riders at the front of the race. So the breakaway just enter the final climb of the day. We have to be aware of attacks in this group with Brambilla if we want a chance of beating Masnada. Obviously he has quite the lead now, and not as many points available at this climb. He does look very strong and difficult to beat though, just coming into the climb in the peloton. So to be honest, guys, I'm not sure the breakaway are going to make it to the top ahead of the peloton. As you can see, just 1 minute 30 back to the peloton, and Fuglsang is riding off the front. We need to watch him. He does seem to be struggling a lot though. Let's just take position at the front with Mollema. We don't need to set a pace at the moment because we're both, Mollema and Ciccone, really struggling. And you can see just 1 minute 30 back to the peloton now. So guys, 3k to go towards the top, and we have just 4 riders left at the front of the breakaway. We have O'Connor, Masnada, Crusoe and Brambilla. Jack Haig has just gone out the back. It's now 2 minutes back to the 16-man peloton. I'm not sure anyone has the strength to attack. Fuglsang is struggling, as you can see, which says to me Lopez is the Astana leader. As they attack Brambilla, and we're not strong enough to follow, to be honest. We can try and pace at maybe 70. or 75. Masnada, he's cracked. Caruso, O'Connor looks likely to take the points at the moment. I think we'll have to settle for 4th with Brambilla. So 800 meters to go towards the top. We are actually going to pick off Masnada with Brambilla. We're going to pick off Caruso as well. Really strong ride by Brambilla to come back. I don't think it's going to be enough to take the lead back in the KOM competition, sadly though. You can see 19 men will stay in the peloton over the top of this climb. So into the final 14k of the stage we come. This is going to be a really grueling finish to the line. It's not particularly steep, but as you can see, it's hovering around 4% I think to the line, which will be really tough. Caruso, O'Connor, Brambilla and Masnada I think will challenge for the stage with now 3 minutes back to the peloton. So Miguel Angel Lopez on the attack for Astana. We need to react right now. Let's react with Ciccone. Let's try and follow this Formula attack. Just stay here. Mollema needs to sit on Ciccone's wheel. That's my mistake right there. Lopez is burning a hell of a lot of energy. I think he's going to be brought in right here. You can see Brambilla is trying to challenge for the stage. Caruso is up the road at the moment though. We're going to try and catch him. I don't think it's going to happen though. And you can see Lopez has been reeled in. 15 riders remain in this group with just 5k to go. Let's try and conserve our energy a bit more. Fuglsang working on the front, that must be for Lopez. And you can see the riders in the group. Brambilla has about 20 seconds to make up to Caruso. With a few k to go in the stage, it's going to be very close. So 2k to go, it's all happening. Can we catch Caruso with Brambilla? It's going to be pretty close. Let's follow him right now. Behind in the peloton, we're coming into the line with 2k to go. Let's try and sprint past him with Brambilla right now. Let's try and go for it. I don't know what's going on. Let's go for it right now. Try and come past him. Can we take the stage? It's going to be close. Sprint with Mollema as well. And Gianluca Brambilla just takes the stage ahead of Caruso. What a finish. Mollema will finish in the front group again. So yet another stage win for the team. Brambilla did so well to catch and outsprint Damiano Caruso. Mollema stays in pink in the GC, and worth noting, Fuglsang has lost a lot of time today, really paying for all that work he did. He's now down to 4th, over 2 minutes down. So guys, onwards we go to stage 17, 180 kilometers today, and again it's a really tough finish. As you can see, max of 11.3%. Landa, Lopez and Nibali are the 3 favourites, but Mollema 4th on the favourites list. He'll have to be on top form again today. Let's get into it. So the stage gets underway guys, and looking at things, it could be fairly interesting today. Mollema, a +3 day, not quite as good as he has been in the past few stages. Maybe he's starting to feel the effects of the race. I'm going to put Toons pacing on the front for a little bit. But yeah, maybe it will be slightly tougher for Mollema today. So still 150k to go in the stage. We have a 17-man breakaway up the road. You can see all the guys right here. Jack Haig, probably the most dangerous rider in this group. So now 66k to go in the stage. The breakaway only have about 3 minutes on the peloton, and you can see the pace has really been upped by Jack Haig in the breakaway. Same in the peloton. Irizar, Clark and Toons all struggling a bit now. Toons can just maintain position at this point. But yeah, 65k to go now. So guys, 50k to go. We're now on this very steep penultimate climb of the day. We're not setting a pace today, and there isn't much pace in the peloton at the moment, which allowed the gap to the breakaway to go out to over 5 minutes. I think they'll definitely take the stage at this point. Because we're not feeling quite as good as we have been as a team with Ciccone on a 0 day, I thought we'd try and conserve that energy at the moment. Now coming into the final 20k in the stage in the breakaway, 5 riders. We've got Haig, Zoidal, Armai, Goncalves and Campanets. I think these 5 will compete for the stage win, and it seems like the pace in the peloton has been up now by Movistar. So at the front of the race, Jack Haig has attacked the other 4 guys into the final few kilometers. We've got 7k to go back in the peloton, and as you can see, Mollema will be without water for the rest of the stage. Not ideal at all, and we've got now 5 riders left in the peloton as there's a real pace at the front. Here we go then guys, Lopez and Nibali attack off the front. Landa and Yates try to join them. I've got Brambilla and Ciccone at the moment trying to lay a pace down to try and bring them in desperately. Mollema is just behind as well. They're not far up the road, but they have got a small lead at the moment. Gurgel can maybe try and protect Mollema now because Conchi's pretty much done, as you can see. And Lopez is off the front of the peloton at the moment. Brambilla and Ciccone are doing all they can into the final 3k. Ricardo Zoidal has won the stage. A great win for him. Gurgel really struggling now. Let's move over to Gianluca Brambilla into the final 2.5k. Let's try and move into some clear air. We're getting blocked off at the moment, and Lopez has a lot of time on the peloton. 1.5k to go. We need to pace on 89. Let's try and come over to the left hand side. Let's try and attack away from these guys up to Lopez with Bauke Mollema. It's a big attack. Lopez is doing everything he can to hold on, and we've got a little bit of time on the rest of the GC favourites at the moment. Everyone else in the team is done, and Bauke Mollema will lose some time to Miguel Angel Lopez today, but a decent performance again. So guys, a very exciting stage. Ricardo Zoidal, absolutely monster performance in the breakaway. Jack Haig faded, he couldn't hold on, and Zoidal gets a big win for CCC. But Miguel Angel Lopez takes over 30 seconds back on Mollema. We did gain 12 seconds on the rest of the peloton. Really nice performance there. And you can now see in the GC, Uran is 55 seconds behind, but Lopez just over a minute now. He has to be Astana's leader at this point. And looking further down in the GC, Ciccone is still in the top 10. He's done so well this race. Kreuziger is only 4.5 minutes down in 7th. He's done really well too. We've got Formulo in 8th. Yates really disappointing at the moment in 9th. Next up, we have stage 18, and it is a bit of respite for the GC guys. 217 kilometers, but it's very flat today, especially the final half of the stage. Viviani, Bennett and Ackerman are the three favourites. Again, we'll see what we can do with Edvard Toons. Let's get into it. You have to love it guys. Absolutely typical that Mollema gets a +5 day on a flat stage. Hopefully we can continue that in the mountains. But today is about Edvard Toons. So guys, in the breakaway today we have just 4 riders. You can see them right here. 4 minutes now back to the peloton. We're not going to do any pacing today. We're going to save our guys' legs for the mountains. So we're coming into the final 12k of the stage. As you can see, UAE doing a lot of work on the front. The breakaway are just up the road. 30 seconds is their gap to the peloton at the moment. And we're coming into the finish now. So 7.5k to go in this stage, guys. Will Clark has given pretty much all he can, I think. So we're going to move over to Marco Irizar at this point. We'll use Edvard Toons' energy gel as well with 6k to go. I'm going to change the camera angle very slightly. You can see Ganna trying to do his best, but he's not going to be able to hold off the chasing peloton. And with 5k to go, they have been caught. Mollema's on automatic. He'll stay safe today. 4k to go now. We're going to go with Michael Gurgel now up to 94. You can see we've got Jakobsen and Viviani just on our wheels to the right hand side. Let's go now. Edvard Toons is going to have to try and stay with these guys. I'm not sure Gurgel has the pace. Let's try and move over to Sam Bennett's wheel. Let's sprint now with 1.5k to go with Edvard Toons. Viviani looks good. Can Gaviria come round him? Fernando Gaviria takes the stage. I think Viviani will get second. No, Sam Bennett takes it. Toons finishes fast, but only 6th today. So a solid stage today. Toons only 6th, would have liked to have been higher. But the main thing is Bauke Mollema stays in the pink jersey with 55 seconds on Uran. So guys, on to stage 19, and it's a shorter one today, 147 kilometers, but another big climbing day. A 14 kilometer long mountain to end the stage. Max of 7.5%, so it's not too steep, but it is very long. Mikel Landa, Miguel Angel Lopez and Nibali are the 3 favourites again. Lopez looks very dangerous after his strong performance, and Mollema perhaps weakening slightly. Let's get into the stage. So guys, it seems my fears may be realised. Mollema gets a 0 race day condition, far from ideal. Ciccone and Brambilla are still feeling good, but Mollema really feeling the effects of this race in the 3rd week. So again guys, we've got a pretty big breakaway up the road. Chavez is up here, Zoidal again. We've got Robert Gesink, a few other guys, Tolhoik, Haig, Latour, we've got Sam Uman, Kemner's here as well. Another very strong group up the road. So as you can see, we've got 65k to go in the stage. Toons has done a little bit of work, but you can see the gap to the breakaway. Now 12 minutes, they are so far up the road, they'll definitely take the stage. And the other teams really made us do the work. As soon as Toons stopped working, they just stopped pacing altogether. So 27k to go, and Astana and Movistar have just come to the front over this hill. You can see they've really upped the pace, putting Mollema under a lot of pressure. We could be in a bit of trouble today. So 12k to go, Astana and Bahrain have really upped the pace on the front, coming into the steep section of the climb now. I'm expecting really early attacks, particularly by Lopez and maybe by Nibali. We can't write off Nibali. Really good recovery. He's always good in the third weeks. So up the road, we still have 13 riders in the front group, as you can see, but back in the peloton, the numbers are being reduced all the time. Izagirre, Colbrelli, Garcia Cortina, all setting a pace on the front. Here we go then, guys, it's happened. Lopez and Nibali attack with 7k to go. We're going to try and pace with Conchi and Ciccone. Mollema's really going to have to pace his way up this climb. As you can see, he's struggling with still 6k to go, and Nibali has been dropped by Miguel Angel Lopez. Ciccone is going to do some pacing. We've got Brambilla further behind. We need to try and pace up now with Mollema. Brambilla, try and look after Mollema. Ciccone, you can wait for these guys because Lopez is still up the road. We need to be careful here. We could be in trouble. Right, here we are. Brambilla has caught Ciccone. Let's set a little train. Use Mollema's energy gel with 4k to go. Mollema, try and follow Brambilla. George Bennett has won the stage. Chavez second and Goncalves third. Look at this attack by Miguel Angel Lopez. He's got 25 seconds at the moment, and we do need to be really careful now. Amador's come past us. Uran is coming past us. Mollema could be in trouble. We have 3k to go. Brambilla is going to have to go on the front now because Ciccone is done, and now we have Mollema with 2.5k to go by himself, and we're in trouble. Has Lopez been caught? He has, but we haven't caught him. Uran's up the road, and Lopez looks in a bit of trouble. We're going to have to pace on like 75. We're in real trouble now. Lopez, Uran, Landa and Formolo are up the road, and with 1.5k to go, I think we're going to lose the pink jersey. So 800 meters left for Uran and Lopez. Lopez attacks, and Mollema, you can see, is struggling behind. We've got Nibali and Yates ahead of us. Lopez is going to take the first position from the peloton, and then Uran with him. Then we have Landa, Formolo, Yates coming back strong, Nibali, Power, and then we are back to Mollema, and it's going to be really tight, but I think Mollema is going to lose the jersey here. Can you believe it, guys? George Bennett gets a great stage win, beating Chavez and Goncalves by 14 seconds. But further down, Mollema loses about a minute to Lopez and Uran. And as you can see, Mollema now 2 seconds behind Rigoberto Uran. Lopez is 15 seconds back on Mollema, so the front three are separated by just 17 seconds. So close, but we've just lost the pink jersey. Oh my word, I don't believe it. And so then this sets up a fantastic finale. We've got one more mountain stage, I believe, and then we do end on a time trial, if I'm not mistaken. And I think, to be honest, we're the strongest time trialist just out of these three guys. Hopefully Mollema can keep going and we can regain that form earlier in the race, and we can attack Rigoberto Uran in pink. Here we go then, guys. It's a massive showdown. Rigoberto Uran versus Bauke Mollema versus Miguel Angel Lopez. Just 17 seconds split the three of them heading into the final mountain stage of the Giro d'Italia, and you can see it is a massive stage climbing throughout. You can see the length of these climbs, 23 kilometers, 19 kilometers, and then the final two very short but steep climbs will be brutal for the riders. Cannot wait for this. Let's get into it. So the stage gets underway, guys, and we are going to try and go in the breakaway with Brambilla today. Mollema does recover somewhat to a +2. It still isn't fantastic, but of course better than a 0. Hopefully we can do our best to regain the pink jersey ahead of the time trial. So 42 riders come together in the front group, an absolutely massive breakaway. This group will almost definitely win the stage, but Gianluca Brambilla, his main goal is to win the KOM jersey today. He's already won 2 stages, and to be honest, I'll almost definitely drop him back to help Mollema later in the stage. So we're just coming towards the top of the first KOM sprint. There's no Masnada in this group for some reason, and as you can see, third place man Ben O'Connor is some way behind, but we're ramping it up now towards the first sprint of the day. The other guys seem to be attacking. Are they going to come past Brambilla? Let's up the pace to 99 now. Try and hold it like this to the line. Look how many riders are sat right behind us. 500 meters still to go. We're going to struggle to hold this to the line. Let's try and sprint now. Can we take first place? I think we got second, but we're now in the provisional lead. So guys, 20k to go. We've just started the second climb of the day, and it is an absolute giant, as you can see. The pace is pretty high now in the breakaway, and still just 5 minutes on the peloton. So I'm expecting this 40-man breakaway to really whittle down to something like 10 riders by the top. So 2k to go now. Ben O'Connor has attacked. Let's follow him immediately with Brambilla. We've got Aru and a few other UAE guys on our tails. No one else can follow for the moment, and we've still got a long way to go in this climb. I think O'Connor may be burning himself out too early here. Can we maybe follow Aru if he comes past us? Let's try that. Right now, 800 meters to go, 700 meters. We've been blocked off by his teammates trying to do a job for Aru. Can we come past him now? It's going to be close, very close between the two Italians, but Brambilla is first across the line, and I think that will all but secure the KOM jersey now. So we're just coming on to the third climb now of the day, and the pace in the peloton has really been upped by Astana, doing a job for Miguel Lopez today. He's almost definitely going to put in a massive attack on Rigoberto Uran. You can see just 50 riders in this group. That will come down very quickly, and the breakaway is now starting to break up as the pace is upped in this group. But I'm probably going to drop Brambilla back pretty soon to help Mollema. So riders dropping away in the breakaway now all the time. You can see the strength of riders that are being dropped. Just 16 riders at the front. Brambilla still looking very, very strong, it must be said, with 5k to go in the climb. So 1.5k to go. We've got just 8 riders left in this group. Ben O'Connor is going to go for the attack very early. 1k to go for us still. We're going to try and stay in this group. 900 meters to go. Now we can try and kick up to Ben O'Connor. He may take first place, or we may come past him. It's going to be close, but either way, I think we're pretty safe in this jersey with Brambilla. There you go. Second place at the climb again. 194 points now. So we just come towards the top of the climb in the peloton now, 7.5 minutes down on the breakaway. Astana have done pretty much all the work over these climbs. We've still got Conchi in this group as well. He's done really well to stay here, and just 28 riders left in this group now. So Brambilla is still sitting in this group on the final climb of 7 riders, and we're just coming onto the climb now with our guys. We're going to set a really fast pace with Conchi, but Bernati for Movistar on the front. We also have Izagiri. Let's try and go up to 95 and challenge these guys with Nicola Conchi. Such fast pace with still 10k to go on this climb. I expect the numbers in this group to literally whittle away immediately here. So we have 15k to go now in the peloton, 5 minutes up to Brambilla and the front of the race just up the road. We still have 7 riders at the front. Conchi is pretty much done now though, and we're going to move over to Giulio Ciccone. We're going to try and set a really fast pace with him now and put some of the other leaders in difficulty. Here we go then guys, it's happening. Mikel Landa on the attack for Movistar. Nibali follows as well. Let's try and follow him with Ciccone. We don't want to let them go just yet, and it seems we're unable to actually for the moment, but we're in just this group of 5, and Uran has been caught behind momentarily in the pink jersey. Landa has been caught, but we can try and do some work now with Ciccone because Uran is behind in the pink jersey. He's working his way up, but he's going to have to do a lot of work. Landa attacks again as well. Fuglsang seems to be very tired. Ciccone as well. Lopez attacks past us up towards the group ahead, and Brambilla is just a minute up the road now. Ciccone is pretty much done now, and I think we're just going to sit up in this group. So at the head of the race we have O'Connor, who has attacked Goncalves and the rest of the breakaway. Brambilla though is now waiting for Mollema as there's more attacks in this group. Lopez has gotten away. We need to stay with Rigoberto Uran right now. Oh my word, that was a bit of a mistake not keeping an eye on these guys. I think we're still in this group though, which is okay for now. And yes, we are in this group of 5 at the front: Nibali, Landa, Uran, Lopez and Mollema. So into the final 5k of this Giro d'Italia, and we've got attacked straight away on the final climb. We've got Nibali, Lopez and Landa on the attack. You can see Brambilla has now waited up for Bauke Mollema, but these guys are putting Mollema in some difficulty. Really tough to keep up with them. As you can see, they've used a lot of energy to this point. We're going to try and pace ourselves up this final climb. Mollema, as you can see, isn't feeling great. We've still got Uran in this group, and maybe we can use that to our advantage, you know. Let's just try and sit up, because Uran has to do the work now. He's got to try and bring these guys in the pink jersey. Let's up the pace with Mollema just to stay with him. There you go, and you can see Uran working so hard to try and bring those guys in. We're going to try and make the most out of Gianluca Brambilla, but I don't think Mollema's going to have it in him. Nibali, he slows up. He's not going to be able to make it to the front of the race. We've got Uran. Lopez has been dropped by Miguel Landa, who looks very strong. And Uran has caught Miguel Angel Lopez somewhat. But Bauke Mollema is in difficulty now with 1.5k to go. So we are going to try and pace Bauke Mollema up this climb with Gianluca Brambilla into the final 900 meters. Miguel Landa will win the stage. He's clear of Uran and Lopez. Lopez couldn't gain any time on Rigoberto Uran, it seems. Into the final 500 meters. And Uran and Lopez are going to finish in a dead heat, but Mollema has lost more time today, I'm afraid. Let's try and sprint for it into the final few hundred meters, but I think we're going to leak about a minute to these guys here. Oh my word, guys, that was such a tough and brutal stage. So tough. And Miguel Landa finally shows the form we expected of him coming into the race with his first stage win. He gains 25 seconds on Uran and Lopez, and Brambilla, Nibali and Bauke Mollema lose 1 minute and 13 to Landa and just under a minute to Uran and Lopez. And you can see some of the time gaps here. Fuglsang, Simon Yates, Ciccone lost 4 minutes. If you weren't feeling quite right today, you were really in trouble. So taking a look at the new GC, Uran does hold on to pink. Lopez up to second, 17 seconds down. And Bauke Mollema now 50 seconds down on Rigoberto Uran. And looking further down, we've got Landa at just over 2 minutes. Nibali at 3.5. We've got Fuglsang 6th. Formula 7th. Yates 8th, now almost 10 minutes down, whilst Ciccone and Brambilla both in the top 10 for us. And looking at the other competitions, Mollema still in the lead of the points classification. We've got Brambilla first in the KOM competition, he'll win that. In the young riders, Lopez is ahead of Ciccone, and in the team competition, we now take the lead ahead of Astana. So this is what it comes down to, guys, a 16k individual time trial in Verona. Campenet, Ganna and Tony Martin are the 3 favourites. However, today for us is all about the GC and Bauke Mollema. We're 50 seconds down on Rigoberto Uran. It's going to be very tough to make up that time on him, of course. He's not a bad time trialist. I think Mollema slightly stronger. And of course we have Lopez 17 seconds down. I can't see him making up that time on Uran. We'll do our best though with Mollema. Let's get into it. So we've had a few guys go for us already. Now Nicola Conci ends his Giro d'Italia. He's had a great race, comes across the line, 30th place provisionally. So into the final kilometre for Michael Gergel. What a Giro for him. Of course, that famous breakaway win on stage 2, I believe. He finishes the time trial provisionally in 35th. Oh my word, look at this, guys. 10th place man Gianluca Brambilla gets a +5 day, and so does Ciccone in 9th. Hopefully they can hold on to their places in the top 10, and hopefully Mollema gets a similar race day condition. So here comes Bauke Mollema, guys. He leaves the start line to try and win the pink jersey, and we get a +5 day. Unreal stuff. 80 time trial, and what's that, 84 prologue. Maybe we've got a chance here. So we're on the climb with Bauke Mollema, really trying to push it. Let's go up to 80 for the steepest part. You can see Brambilla and Ciccone are coming across the line pretty soon, so we're going to watch them across the line. What a Giro for Brambilla. He finishes it off strongly in 9th place as well. Ciccone will soon be across the line, but we're going to watch Mollema now cross the top of the climb, and we're first provisionally. Ciccone goes 13th. That's a good time for him. Now we can regain some energy on this downhill with Mollema. Up the road, Landers 14th at the moment. We've got Nibali in 5th, Fuglsang 15th. Behind us, Lopez has only lost 6 seconds to Mollema. I really cannot believe that. What a time for Lopez, and Uran goes first. I don't believe it. With 5 seconds behind Rigoberto Uran. It doesn't look like it's possible, guys. So into the final 2 kilometers with Bauke Mollema. Let's push it now. 85 across the line. Why not? We've got the energy. Up to 90 even. Try and use everything, Bauke. Try and go for the pink jersey. Can we take the provisional lead? We do. 10 seconds clear of Pavel Sivakov. Can Lopez beat us? I don't think he will. Can we even challenge his second place? It's going to be quite close. He's second, only 10 seconds behind. He holds off Bauke Mollema. And can Rigoberto Uran win it? He wins the stage and wins the Giro d'Italia. I don't know quite what to say after that, guys. A +5 day, and we couldn't even win the stage, let alone the Giro. Rigoberto Uran wins both time trials, and to be honest, that was probably the difference in the end. He beats us today by 7 seconds. Lopez, very strong in 4th place, only 11 seconds behind us and 18 behind Uran. He managed to hold us off for 2nd place. In the end, Uran wins it 35 seconds clear of Lopez. Mollema 57 seconds down. A valiant effort. We held the pink jersey for so long, but sadly into the 3rd week we lost our form very slightly. We became tired. Maybe we peaked slightly too early with Mollema, and it cost us in the end. And you can see just how strong Lopez and Uran were this race. I mean, Nibali in 6th, he's a better time trialist on paper than Rigoberto Uran, but he was nowhere near him this race. And so looking at the final GC, obviously we ended up on the podium. Bauke Mollema's 2nd podium in the GC of his career. Oh, I'd have loved it to be pink, guys, but sadly we weren't quite there in the 3rd week, and it did cost us. Landa was 4th, 3 minutes down. Nibali 5th, never really looked like challenging, 4 minutes down. Fuglsang, remember, he was 3rd after the 2nd week on about stage 15, but Astana chose to go with Lopez as their main leader. So Fuglsang 6th, 7 minutes down. Formolo and Yates in the top 8, and Ciccone and Brambilla round out the top 10. Moving on to the other competitions, we of course won the points jersey with Bauke Mollema. Very happy with that. Glad to at least take 1 jersey for him from this race. In the KOM jersey, Brambilla won it on the final stage, beating Masnada pretty comfortably in the end. He also got 2 stage wins. Lopez won the Young Riders jersey, and in the team classification we beat Astana by just 2 minutes. So we can no doubt be happy with our performance this race. If we take a look through the stages, you can see how many stages we won. Remember, we had that 3-stage winning streak in the 1st week. And then moving on to stage, 14, we won another stage with Brambilla. Ciccone stage 15, stage 16 Brambilla as well. So quite a few stage wins for us. Very happy with that. But sadly, not the pink jersey. So guys, that rounds out the Giro d'Italia. I hope you've enjoyed watching it just as much as I have playing it. It's been a really enjoyable race. Sadly, not quite the ending we wanted, but definitely a good race for the team. So drop a like and a comment down below for me if you enjoyed. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one.